Sorry I put this off so many times. I just kind of wasn't feeling it, so I just decided today was the day. I pushed it further ahead than this, but we're doing it today. So I'm going to read the first chapter of Ghost Tours, Fact or Fiction. This one's a little scary, but I'm kind of a baby, so it might not be as scary as I say it is. I'm going to read chapter 1, and then you can go read more on Amazon. Chapter 1, Itinerary. Babe, is our trip finalized? Darcy Robertson asked her husband as she zipped up her suitcase after adding the last items they'd need for their next ghost hunting adventure. She made sure they had salt, crucifixes, holy water, a rosary, and a Bible. Bill glanced up from his desk with a nod. Yes, my love, it is. I've got our long weekend planned down to the minute, including some romantic rendezvous, he added with a seductive wink. Sorry, that was not a wink. She let out a small giggle. Have we been married for so long that we need to plan out our romantic time? She joked in response to his comment. He stood and sauntered toward her until he could wrap his arms around her waist, placing soft kisses along her neck before replying. I certainly hope not, he clarified. I merely meant that I made sure to include some events that weren't related to our ghost hunting podcast. If that's all right with you, he inquired, as he placed his lips to hers. She pulled away from his assault. Of course that's all right with me. I was only teasing, she added with a smile as she ran her hands into the short white curls on the back of his neck. Are you ready to hit the road, or did you have something else in mind? She whispered as she moved her lips next to his ear, sending a shiver down her own spine. Bill let out a sigh before he responded, his smooth velvet voice affecting her just as much as it had on the day they'd met. My dear, I wish we had more time, but alas, we need to hit the road. We'll have plenty of time for what's on your mind once we reach Charleston, he added in a whisper, sending a second set of chills through her body. I'll be holding you to that, Mr. Robertson, Darcy stated as she pulled herself from his grasp. They packed up their SUV and started their drive from Nashville to Charleston, while Darcy's mind wandered back to the first time she'd met her husband and soulmate. 3 years earlier. Darcy Carrazza parked her rental car just outside Lafayette Square Park in Washington, D.C. for a ghost tour, her fourth city since she started her research on the paranormal and supernatural. She walked to the group and naturally took in each of the people who'd be going on this adventure with her. One person in particular caught her eye. Darcy noticed an older gentleman among the others, donned in a dark sweater paired with black dress pants. He had well-kept blonde white hair and blue eyes that she imagined could pierce anyone's soul if they dared to stare into them for long enough. She suddenly wished she'd chosen a cuter outfit other than jeans and a t-shirt she was wearing, as she noticed the man's eyes scan the crowd and land on her. Once he was standing right beside her, just as the tour began, he introduced himself. I'm Bill Robertson, he shared. I'm behind the podcast Ghost Tours, Fact or Fiction. What's your name, beautiful? He questioned, his tone flirtatious, causing her to smile to herself. The pair started walking with the rest of the tour group as she answered. I'm Darcy Carrazza, she introduced herself, and I don't run a podcast, but I'd like to. My only reason to be here is to continue my research on different haunted cities to find out if any of this supernatural stuff is real, she explained. Bill reached out and placed his hand on the small of her bag. Would you like to grab dinner with me when this is over? We can go over our findings or just get to know each other. Your choice. He propositioned her for a date as the tour guide rambled on about different spirits that supposedly haunted the park. Darcy couldn't suppress her smile as she felt her cheeks blush from even the smallest physical contact. I would like that very much, she replied before she placed her finger to her lips and continued, but we should probably pay attention until then. And that's all I'm giving you. That's chapter 1 of Ghost Tours, Fact or Fiction. Sorry, it's the black and white version. Printer ran out of ink. You can grab it on Amazon, and I think one of my other books is coming out on February 14th, so I'll be back for a reading of that one. Until then, have a great day. Bye.